Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween! I am here for part 3 slash the finale of my Halloween mini series slash movie. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. For today's finale, I have transformed myself into a demon with no eyes. I hope this works out. I hope it looks like I have no eyes, but I don't think so. I mean, maybe because I'm the one that did it. I know the mistakes and everything. But yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. I really hope you enjoyed the series. I had so much fun putting it together. So yeah, let's get started with today's video. I am already thinking about next year's Halloween. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm already thinking about it. So let's get started with today's video. First, I'm going to take some black face paint and I am going to color my eyes black. I'm going to draw some panda eyes and I'm going to cover the entire lid space, that entire area. I'm going to make it black. Then I'm going to take some black eyeshadow and I'm going to set my black face paint on my eyes, because if you don't set it, it's going to move and it's going to be messy. Now I'm going to take these cotton pads. I bought a pack of cotton pads and I'm going to cut a hole in them so I will be able to see. And I'm going to first place it on my eye to see if, like, oh, can I look through? Yes. Now I'm going to take some lash glue and then I'm going to take some Elmer's school glue. Usually you're supposed to use liquid latex, but I am all out of liquid latex. So I just put some lash glue on the cotton round and then I put the Elmer's school glue around my eye. And then once I've noticed the school glue and the lash glue is tacky, I'm going to place the cotton round on my eye. Now you have to wait for it to dry before you can do anything, so I'm just like chilling and waiting for it to dry. Then once it's dried, I'm going to color it black. Now this is where my frustration first started. One, I used a cotton round that had patterns on it, so it means it had ridges and ups and downs, as you guys can see if you look closely. So it was really hard to color it in completely black. I had to end up like going back and forth just to get everything black. And I couldn't even get everything black. That was even the problem. But I still managed to do it. Also, I couldn't see so well, so I had to like open up the hole so I can see properly, which also led to this looking less realistic than I wanted it to be. Now I'm using some school glue and tissue and I'm going to create the fleshy skin around the eyes. So first I'm putting down some school glue on where I want to put the tissue. Then I'm going to cut the tissue into like little sections, into little pieces. Then I'm going to place it right on top of the glue. And I'm going to do this in layers. So I think I put down 2 layers of this around my eye. But I think the thicker the layer, the more bulkier your eye area will look, and also the more fleshy and dead looking. This reminds me of the Halloween video that I did, my first Halloween video, which is the zombie mask. This is a mask face. So I used glue and tissue to create like a mask face on my mouth area. So doing this around my eyes just like reminded me so much of the first time I did like my first Halloween tutorial. So it was really interesting doing this all over again. So yeah, this is just me doing it on the second eye. This works really well if you do it in like smaller strips and smaller pieces. If you put big pieces, it doesn't look good at all. The smaller the pieces, the better it looks, honestly. And then once I've laid them down, I'm going to put more glue on top of it to secure it and to also add like, you know, make it nice and bulky. Now you have to wait for it to dry, and it dried off camera. And once I finished drying it out, I just went back with my black face paint and I started to color the inner of my eye. I left the outside. I just colored the inside, mostly like that right there. Then I took my favorite foundation, which is the Wet n Wild foundation, and I applied it to the edges. This is me trying to blend in the edges of the eye mask into my skin. So it's supposed to look like flesh, like your own actual skin. That, you know, just because you pulled out your eyes, you know, you still have flesh there and there's blood and stuff. So I needed the edges to look like my skin. Now when I did this, it kind of annoyed me that I could see the pattern of the cotton round that I used. I wished I put more tissue in some places, but by this point I was like, okay, I'm just gonna roll with the punches and roll with what I have. I'm not gonna just do anything. Now I have my burns and bruises wheel, and I'm first taking the purplish black and I'm coloring the outside a little bit for it to look like bruising and dead skin. That's what I'm doing right now. and then I'm using like a makeup puff to kind of blend it in. Then I'm taking the lighter shade and I'm gonna apply that right directly on my eye area. Now here's the thing, I was really frustrated doing this because it didn't look the way exactly I wanted, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make the best of this situation. So starting with the lightest shade, I kind of applied the lightest shade outwards, and then on top of that I applied the darker red and then the darkest red, kind of like to mimic like when you do your eyeshadow look and you first put on the lightest shade, then you put a darker shade, then you put the darkest shade. That's exactly what I started to do, and then in the end it worked out because I think it looked awesome, honestly. Then I took some red and black face paint and I applied it just on the center of my eyes, just there, and then I applied a little bit of it out, but I applied that mostly on the center of my eyes. Then it's time for the blood gel. This is what actually pulled the look together. Like without the blood gel, I just felt like I looked like a weird alien, but with the blood gel, it did the damn job. Like it just started working and it started looking cohesive. It started to look like exactly what I wanted it to look like. So I just applied the blood gel everywhere on my face. I applied it on the edges, I applied it on like just everywhere. I just went ham with this. I was like, you know what, blood, I need to add blood. Blood is gonna make this work. So I literally just started adding blood gel everywhere. I applied it to the edges. I applied it just like, as you can see, I applied it everywhere. Then I took some red and black face paint and applied it to my lips. I applied mostly black, but there was a little bit of red in there. Then I went back in with more blood gel to apply to my lips to look like I had blood like on my lips dripping out of my mouth. Then I went back and applied more blood gel to my eyes because I was like, you know what, let's do this. Then I put on my wig to aid in the demon looking self, because I mean, demons have really weird, scary hair in my opinion. And then as you can see, I'm just applying some of that blood gel to my hands, and basically that is it for this look. It is a really simple look. My advice, add more layers of tissue so that you don't see the cotton round, but the blood really pulled the entire look together. So I hope you enjoyed this series. Do let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let us finish the story of Arike and Sope.
Sope! Oh, what happened?
It was there.
What?
It was right there. The demon with the eyes. It was right there.
Are you sure you're okay? What? There's no demon. There's nothing there. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. You know I've been jumping lately.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm okay. Let's go inside.
Okay.
I think I forgot my phone.
Oh, okay.
Let me go pick it up. You can go inside now.
Okay.
I like her. She looks tasty.
Please, leave her alone, please.
Nah, don't worry. I'll leave her for you. She looks like you. She looks so tasty.
No, please, leave her out of this. Please.
So fun to be you. Your life feels so good. Let's go fuck shit up.